Hello everybody, I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night, and let's get started. So, yesterday we had news from the Fed that they are going to make a pause, and I was expecting it already, and some people were expecting a cut, which we had good fundamentals for both the situations, right? And both, in my opinion, are still bullish. They're not bad at all. Uh, So what was the thing that made me think that they would make a pause? If we take a look here on Dow Jones, we can see kind of a falling wedge and then a ascending wedge or a rising wedge, right? Okay, so here it is the first, and then here we have the second. Just a moment. Okay, so I recorded a video on the Champions Club and we were talking about this and possibilities, how things could develop. Before, we do know that not long ago, how the news and the market was behaving. So value, price, or the index was chasing the event, then we would have the event and go down. Okay, so this was the standard let's say a few weeks, few months ago. And then I was thinking, okay, so we had the two possible scenarios here. We can go back down a little bit and then go up, which, as you guys remember, one of our targets are still in play, developing. It's above 46368 that I shared before. The green, yellow, and red triangles, as you guys remember. Or maybe we can just ascend, just go up, because this behavior right here, it is also the signature of what? Of a rising wedge. How so? Do you see the angle here? That's exactly how a rising wedge develops. Something like this, for example. You see? So we have a signature, but one way or the other, it doesn't tell if it is going to happen or not. So we follow the clues so we can read what we have. And what we have, it's 16 plus 16% of development, which makes only 32. So we are, let's say, 18% from the midway. And then on the midway, we can have a much better idea. Okay? So another thing, right after the news, we didn't had kind of a drop or a significant drop. We had a very small one. So, for example, Bitcoin and XRP went up a little bit, then went down, then up, then down again, and that's the liquidation show. We do know that this happens way too often, and it is nothing new, right? So something similar like the Florida candle and etc. So yeah, and at this moment right now, as you guys can see, Dow Jones is almost at another new high. And believe it or not, we still have people calling for a crash. So it's mind blowing. Okay, so judging by the way it is behaving right now, I'm thinking it is just going to go uh, to 46 and above. Probably we can go after, then comes down a little bit before, continuation. But we are going to have a much better understanding very, very soon. If we could consider time here, it could be something like this. Misclicks. You see that the nest structure and the nest or the full development has to be smaller than the base. Okay, so following the example on a possible rising wedge developing right now, it would be or could be something like this. And by the way, we do know that the main target, it's not 46, it's way above, probably way above 49. Okay, so something like this, and then smaller, and then the next one would be somewhat like what? Like this. Okay, that's the nature of a rising wedge. So usually the way how it behaves, it plays out, development. And yeah, so XRP. First, we're going to talk about XRP, then Bitcoin, and we come back to XRP. The first thing to notice here, to acknowledge is XRP is overperforming Bitcoin. As I move my mice, you guys can see that there is a column that moves on XRP and Bitcoin chart. Can you see? So we go into the previous high, which was 2, oh, okay, 290, 290. Then the next one was 340. Okay, so Bitcoin was around 96,301. And here on the previous high, Bitcoin was at 100,080.60. Okay, so this is important, okay, to acknowledge. Another thing, what we could look here, what we could consider here as possible development right now. So as we talked about, we saw many times the bull breaking bearish and the bearish breaking bullish. Okay, what XRP have at this moment, if we can say? XRP have this rising wedge, right? Which should be bearish. Usually, if you pick rising wedges and falling wedges, you're going to figure out that not all the time they have the same outcome or results. So, for example, if we were far away the bull break, okay, for after new highs, far away, let's say 30, 40, 50, whatever, then okay, we could look for a correction. But this is the early stages of a bull break, which means it doesn't matter the way it is going to develop it. It is going to take price higher, okay, because it is the first stages, right? And what is more interesting is that Dow Jones didn't made it. No, not Dow Jones made it. We had a new high here, right? So XRP had a new high compared with the previous one, not a new high. Then XRP made a new high, and Dow Jones haven't yet. Okay, and Bitcoin made a very marginal one, very marginal one. So in this concept, XRP is ahead on both. Okay, it is fair that XRP is overperforming both. Yes, it is fair. It is overperforming. Yes, it is looking fantastic. Okay, so now we are going to take a quick look on Bitcoin, then back to XRP. Before, let me share this with you guys. Just a second. This is what we talked about in the last video. Okay, on possible ways we could see Bitcoin develop before the bull break or continuation. Okay, so I was thinking maybe 97k, 95k, or could be a little bit more aggressive, but would make definitely a higher low. Okay, so this was the worst case scenario, and this was going to be the best case scenario. And so I said the 95, Bitcoin went to 97, 96, 500, some exchanges, was close. But right now, I believe it is unlikely to go down again. And why? Let's do the same exercise that we did before. We need black. Okay, so this is the working range for Bitcoin. We can place another one here, another line. And this is the pivot from a few days ago, right? So when I said we would go down and we went down. So this is the current range we have, or let's say working range. Right now, Bitcoin is having a strong lower high. Okay, this is strong. Doesn't make a full pattern. No, not yet. But we have 16, 16 plus X2. That's 64% developed. So we are ahead the 50% or the midway here. Sometimes it can change. So for example, something like this. And then we start the count again. Yes. So it changes, you see? 16, 16, 32, 48, 64. Okay? But it is about time. And as we can see in Dow Jones, if Dow Jones is ready to go, then XRP and Bitcoin and everything else will follow. Okay? So sometimes we can see people making cases for why we should go down, why we have to go down, but they are not accounting many other things, which are the most important thing. So the crypto market, it is just a reflex of what's happening in the United States, right? So for example, it's the leading global economy. Their interest rates impact the whole world. Their stock markets, especially Dow Jones, impacted the whole world. And why this? Because many other countries invest their money into the United States, also other companies, other people, and that's why the United States is the top guide for everything, right? So before making an analysis, we always have to take a look on how the United States is doing. So this is the way, this is the standard. So what we could expect next. So if Dow Jones is ready and just start to go, then we are likely to see, probably, most likely, because usually Dow Jones moves ahead, then crypto follows. So we would see Bitcoin going up, XRP going up. Today, as you guys already saw, XLM was up, XDC, Flare, Songbird, Ethereum as well, and many others. So things are looking good already. Okay. So for example, it doesn't make sense to keep waiting for something, for example, to go down when there is no indicator telling us that it is going down. So for example, I could expect Dow Jones to go down. Yes, I could, but does it make sense? So that's the question, the most important question, because you can get tied, locked into a situation that you want, but the market doesn't care about what we want. You see? So technical analysis, it's a way to measure and figure out what is happening. And things in markets are always changing. So that's the nature of structures. One morph into other. This one other will morph into something else. And then it's kind of hide and seek. You see? So we have always to keep updating our ideas and expectations and so on and on and on. Okay? So based on all this, it makes sense to me to expect that, so for example, here on Bitcoin, this is the current working range right now. So We stay inside for a while if Dow Jones is not ready. So let's say Dow Jones go down a little bit before the big one. So this would be the working range for Bitcoin if there is enough strength, because otherwise you go down, there is a reset, and then bang. So this is not important for the investors, only for traders. Okay, so someone that is considering to sell its spot position to try to buy lower, it's the ultimate trap. Okay, and we are going to take a look on XRP because it happened yesterday. I was watching, especially at the Jeremy Powell speech. Just a second. Okay, so let's get closer into XRP. So as I said before, I shared this on X. We have a bull flag again. Whatever the way you want to look into it. It is a bull flag. Okay, so this is the first important thing. I don't like to draw the line over the candles. And why? Because we have a way to measure. So for example, the average price into this range, and the numbers must be accurate. And in order to be accurate, we don't want to cross candles. Okay, so that is just for you guys to see. So this is the best way, or the way I'm reading, acknowledging the structure. So right on top of the candles, okay? The top and the bottom, but not in between. Okay, so all this being said, we have a bull flag. Now let's count the development. Okay. Before we move on, let me tell you something else that we talked on the Champions Club. So let me remove these lines so you guys can follow me here, can follow our thoughts. This is from here to here? No. Okay, so for example, from here to here. So this is accurate. Okay. What I said in the Champions Club is, first, the orientation of the pivots, it's wrong. It doesn't match. I'm going to explain just in a second. The second thing is, this kind of pivot, I don't trust it. Okay. And then we made a consideration about exactly what happened right here. Because now we have the proper orientation for pivot developments to have a clear structure, so we can have a better understanding on how it's developing. Okay, so pivot orientation, it's always from the left to the right. Okay, in structures like this, it changes in other kinds of structures. See, now we have a perfect set of pivots that start on the left, and then they finish the set of pivots on the right. So you see, on the left and on the right. So now we have what? 16, 16, 16, 16, 64% developed, which means we are ahead of the 50%. So the chances for this structure to be done, it's big. It's bigger than something below 50%. Okay, so here we have some facts. We have a good probability, good odds that we are very, very close to the very end of this XRP behavior into this range, 340 and 265. Okay, So have this in mind. Now we are going for the structure. Misclicks. I'm wondering if it's a problem with the mice or my hand. Okay, bull flag, 64% developed. I'll probably have to go into the 1 hour here for you guys to have a better idea. Yes, exactly. So let me show you. Oh, we are probably very close. Very, very. This behavior right here. So we went down. Not almost flat, but somewhat close to be flat. So this is a teeny bearish development. And so what happened here? XRP went down, which was the outcome of this structure, let's say the target for this little bear structure, which we can take a look right here. Almost perfect. Can you see? Almost perfect. But what happened? It went straight up, straight, and almost made a high against the previous one. And this, for me, was like, hey, hold on. Things changed. Okay, so it is not that we don't have this teeny bear anymore. And then right here, nothing new. One could make the case for one ascending triangle if you don't acknowledge the instant rejection. Okay, so if we leave these guys here behind, could make the case for a ascending triangle. Yes. Okay. So then we had a new high here against the previous pivots, against 1, 2, and 3, which is a big bullish sign, right? And judging by the behavior right here, right now, I think we may be close to the big one. Okay, probably. Another thing, this is a story from years ago. The year is 2019. That was a few months after I became a professional trader, when I started to do this for a living, full time, and I was negotiating US dollars futures. Okay, and we had a very, very similar behavior. So, for example, it was something like this: we went down big time, then we had the bearish development, and it went down. We had shorts already in place, went down, but right after, bang. And then it starts to do what? Developing above this previous little bear that we had right here. And so what followed? A moonshot on the dollar. So this is it's a smaller time frame, so everything that happens it's a moonshot or a doom shot. Things are happening very, very fast in 5 minutes, 15 minutes, which is the time frames that day traders use. So that's why I tell people that if you can, and if you survive the day trade or just trading, you are going to learn a lot. And your memories, by the fact that you were participating, doing that and observing in real time, it is going to be stuck into your memory, like significant events that you can forget. And so when I saw this, I was like, oops, we are not going down anymore. And I had a short here. It came back, I closed it, and then I was like, okay, so this is, it is no place for to look for in between developments, you know. So this is one important thing. Now, we go back into the 4. Let me show you something else. the kind of behavior that we can expect because it is not the way things develop. Can you see this gap here? Oh, just a second. So let's go from the top to the bottom. Okay. So here we have one set of pivots, then we went down another set, okay? What would be the chances? Now I want you guys to think all the three, Dow Jones, XRP, Bitcoin, and alts. What would be the chances that we would see another downside movement here, even if it was a higher low? What will be the odds? Right now, I say to you that is zero. Why zero? Let's take a look again on what happened yesterday. Do you see this guy right here? This is a higher low. So it's a higher low already. Okay, so it already happened. So if we don't acknowledge this behavior in the way it has to be, and we still expect another higher low, then you may left behind. You see? So how to measure a higher low? We can only measure after it already happened. Okay, so this already happened, it became a pivot, and that's it. Okay, so we could go down here, which is the working range we talked about for Bitcoin. Here, okay, here I would say, okay, it would be possible. It doesn't mean it has to be. We don't know. Okay, that's the thing we measure. Oh, excuse me. We measure. We can only measure the things that already happen. That's why drawing Elliott lines in the future, it's 100% wrong. Okay, so we have a higher high. Oh, sorry, a higher low, not a higher high. We already have the higher low. 64% developed, and things are looking very aggressive. Okay, so right now, what I'm going to do, I will be prepared for the coming days, maybe even today. I don't know. There is no way to be 100% sure right now. And here's the thing. When we have a crystal clear structure, fully developed, we can make calls. It's easy. Okay? It is not a rocket science. But at 64, we can make a guess about the right direction, but not say exactly when. So, which is totally different from what happened here on Bitcoin, that you guys remembered the call that I made. I was right. Just a second. Okay, there we go. You guys remember, right? I said we would go down, not only Bitcoin, but Dow Jones went down just a little bit. Was a very small move. And by the way, folks, I know you guys heard about that thing from China, DeepSeek. People making a kind of a big case about it. And it is not, folks. It was such a small move that is not even significant to make a case or something. Oh, DeepSeek, oh, it's doomed. Oh, things will change. No, folks, it is not significant. Okay, so as you guys can see here, take a look. Dow Jones went down a little bit, then went up. This is inside behavior, or if you look into the monthly, or maybe on the weekly, this is all inside bar behavior, which always we are going to see corrections on the way. So one thing that is completely natural happen, and people are going to make a supernatural case based on AI tool. And folks, AI is nonsense. It's horse shit. Okay, that's what it is. It's a searching tool. That's all it is. Okay. So we had this clear picture here. We talked about all the aspects of it. So Bitcoin went down, XRP went down, Dow Jones went down a little bit, and then it came back up very fast. In my thoughts, so possible ways to develop here. So let's make a case here just for the study. So imagine we are here, okay, before going down. Here, possible ways to happen. We go down, we make a midway, then we go down again before going back up. This is one of the ways. What is the other possible way? We go down, we are here, we go down, then what was, okay, so we go up a little bit, and then we go, so it was, actually there are three possible ways, right? So the one that ascend, the one that goes sideways, and then we have the, let's say some people call tactical retreat. So the three of the possible ways, and then above making a kind of a higher low. And if we take a look here on the Bitcoin itself, it could be, so we go down, we go up, then we go down, or just sideways, and then we could go up. And the way Bitcoin behaved, so we went to the downside here to, let's say, close to the target, midway development. But I made a mistake here. I thought this would be a bear flag. And then Bitcoin could go down to the target. So let's say 95,000 and then come back up. And so this belief was based on Dow Jones waiting to go. And so somewhat how this became invalidated. The Fed made a pause and the Dow Jones in the market is still happy. So if the market's happy, you should be happy as well, right? So I was quite surprised. I was really thinking that we could see at least a shake, a bigger shake, was a very small one and was very, very fast. Okay, so strange, but it is what it is, right? And we always have to remember that every time we are dealing with a index, the development structures are not clear, just like it is on, for example, crypto itself. Okay, so yeah, and we are very, very close. We can make some considerations here for Bitcoin. No, so this is how I'm going to do this. I will share the targets for Bitcoin, the coming targets, the next ones on X. The ones for XRP we already talked about. What we do know is that it is highly, highly unlikely to play on the exactly same way it happened in 2017. Okay, so this may create expectation for people, and then people can make mistakes. Okay, so yeah, so XRP, I won't pretend or trying to say exactly how it is going to move. One, because I don't know, there is no way to know. We have an idea, but we can't call exactly how things are going to move. That's not fair, right? And yeah, in Dow Jones, we have an idea, a better idea, and also for so we're very close to the targets that I shared months ago. Yes, so we're about to get all the three targets hit, and yeah, we are very close. So yeah, so I will share everything that I can on X, and but at least for now, I hope you guys this information can help you somehow. Then maybe you can have a bigger macro view, and then maybe this can adjust your expectations, your the way you see, you know. And yeah, so I really hope this can help you guys. And in this way, I really hope that you guys can make the best out of it. Okay, so guys, thanks again. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your support. Thanks for the kind messages. You guys are amazing. We've been doing this for so long, years and years and years, and we are not many, but we are, right? So I'm very, very happy to have all of you guys, uh, that we are together in this path, this road for all this time. It's truly incredible. That's why I always try to engage with all of you. I try to answer all the messages because this creates a bond. And this is very, very special. Okay. So guys, if you guys want to support me, you can do it by just smashing the like button, writing comments, subscribing, sharing, or even you can support me on Patreon if you want. Okay, so that's it for now. Thanks again. Thanks from the bottom of my heart. You guys are special, unique persons, and I'm very I'm glad. I'm very happy to have all of you guys together with me in this road, right? So thanks again. I will see you guys soon, and see ya.